If you're not able to recognize your lack, you will not be able to recognize and value another person's worth. Now, that's a pretty bold statement to make, so let me make it again and then we'll unpack it briefly. If you are not able to look at yourself honestly and without judgment and without self-blame, acknowledge your lack, you will not be able to value and acknowledge another person's worth. You see, none of us are the complete puzzle piece. For example, where an extrovert might lack, for example, insight or observation, an introvert might lack the social skills. And so we desperately need one another. We desperately need to play off of one another's strengths and weaknesses. And my strengths are not necessarily better than yours. And you're not necessarily bad and wrong and worth less than I am, because we simply have different ways of showing up in this world. And so when I can get really honest with myself and begin to perceive the areas in which I lack, and the obligation or the responsibility is not on me to fulfill those, because I simply cannot be all things at all times, then I begin to really recognize where other people are so necessary and so powerful and so competent, and why I need to bring them on board into my life and value them, even though the way they think is completely different. And I might find that perhaps irritating or annoying or frustrating because it's not my way. And yet in that moment when I recognize that only they have the ability to fulfill that for me, I can begin to love them differently. And so we can build more intimate and more warm relationships. I'm Fiona from the Shekinah Wellness Center, and these are some of the discourses that we dig into.